welcome back to Redirecting. In this country, we've come to learn that black lives simply don't matter. They don't matter. And we have to ask ourselves, who don't they matter to, right? Because our lives matter to us and they matter to the Most High. So to me, that's all that really counts. Trying to get these people to look at us in a way to where they can understand and love and appreciate who we are as a people is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I thought this video, more than anything, just kind of highlights how black lives don't matter in this country, right? In this video that I'm about to show you, they're actually displaying very publicly and openly that a dog's life is more valuable than a black life. So I'm going to roll this clip and I will be right back.
It is being called one of the largest payouts involving the shooting of a pet by a police officer. A Maryland jury awards more than $1 million to the owner of a dog tragically shot and killed by an Anne Arundel County police officer more than 2 years ago. WJZ is live. George Solis explains how the jury reached its decision. George?
Good evening, Mary. During the course of a 3-day trial, a jury found that the officer's claims that he was attacked by the dog were false and that the shooting was committed with gross negligence. This is a Chesapeake Bay retriever named Vern, shot and killed by a rookie Anne Arundel County police officer 2 years ago. The owners were left devastated and demanding answers.
And then he says, "I'm really, really sorry. I just had a shooting." And I'm like, "You didn't have to."
Police say Officer Rodney Price was investigating a neighborhood burglary off Lombardy Circle in Glen Burnie, when Price alleged the 4.5-year-old Chessie attacked him as he was leaving the family's home. He fired twice.
And I mean, you're trained to use pepper spray, mace, a baton. There was so many things I think that could have been avoided.
Tuesday, after a 3-day trial, a jury making the final call. They decided the officer was never attacked by Vern and awarded the family $1.26 million. An attorney for the family issuing a statement to WJZ, writing in part, "Shooting Vern was senseless, unnecessary, and unconstitutional." According to the attorney during the trial, the officer also admitted that Vern never bit him and that no other steps were taken to deal with Vern before being shot. Those in the neighborhood that remember Vern say he was a pet who wouldn't hurt a fly. This man remembers the pooch, which also happens to be the Maryland state dog, as a puppy.
Never heard him growl. He'd bark, but I never heard him go after anybody. It was a beautiful animal.
At the time of the shooting, Price was placed on administrative duty. Police say he is still currently with the agency. Now, in court, Vern's necropsy also revealed that Price's testimony over how the shooting occurred also didn't add up. We're live tonight. George Solis, WJZ Eyewitness News.
All right, George, thank you. WJZ did reach out to Vern's owner, but he declined to comment.
Okay, as you saw in the video, these people lost their dog because the police took the dog out, okay? And so the jury awarded them over $1 million. Now, many of you may remember the case where the brother was inside of his garage and he was playing music and someone said it was too loud. They called the police. They ended up killing him. They lied and said that he had a gun on them, in which we found out that wasn't the case. But even in that case, it was like a kick in the teeth to award the family, the woman and the 2 children. I believe it was $4 or 4 cents or something like that, or $1. Such a small amount that it was like a kick in the teeth. It was almost like taunting this man after his death and punishing the family that had to survive this tragic incident. And so this country is constantly telling us in many ways that they are not going to deal with us justly. Okay, and so how are we to deal with that? I did a video not long ago where I was talking about how the judgment of the Most High caused our enemies to be confused and they end up taking each other out. And so in the end times, the scripture talks about how so many judgments and plagues are going to fall upon the earth, and it's specifically going to target those who have targeted us. And we already see these things happening. You see, we already see them happening. And so we've got to understand that right now we are just living in the pages of a book, okay? It's almost like a movie that's being played out from the pages of a book or a script, and everyone has their role. And as we see these things unfold, a lot of it we don't like, It makes us very uncomfortable. It breaks our hearts in many cases, but these things must take place because Bible prophecy is being fulfilled every single day. Everything that we see happening, family, it has been prophesied. And if you get in the book and study and not just listen to others, okay, we always encourage you to study. Even though you may listen to us or other channels, study for yourself, because you don't want someone to pull the wool over your eyes having you think that this world is, what a wonderful world. You don't want people to have you thinking that this place is just going to get better over time. Things are actually going to get worse. Okay, the things that you see happening are going to escalate and get worse. And so you want to make sure that you have a strong foundation in your understanding, and stop sitting in front of YouTube videos all the time to get everything. I'm not saying don't watch, but some of you look at the video, you say, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. And that's as far as you go with it. You need to get in the book for yourself. Study to show yourselves approved, okay? Don't just take what someone else says and run with it. We say that often on our channel, study. Even when we teach something, study. Because, again, unfortunately, many of our people think that you can do whatever you want in this world, especially those in Christianity, and that there's not going to be any type of consequences for it. And so once you get in the book, you'll understand biblical prophecy as to why certain things are happening to us, as to why certain plagues are coming upon the earth, why certain destructions are happening. You'll begin to understand these things more and more as you study, right? And you'll begin to even decipher the lies that we have been told throughout time, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you, family. As much as we can, we need to provide solutions and give understanding as to why things are happening. It's one thing to report and say, okay, this is happening. But if I'm telling you why it's happening and what the solution is, in which I'm going to keep on saying that the solution is that we turn back to our Father, and that we get an understanding of what has taken place in history. When you understand history, you can correct things in the present and in the future. And with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.